This is the first new content since lightning struck the Hermetic memory wall and all of this blew up. So hello to all you new followers. It looks like what you want to hear about the most is the number 7, as well as the Holy Mother. So we'll cover her tomorrow. Speaking of mothers, hi Mom. She came here just for this. The other thing I want to do is see more of all of you. So I'm going to do my first ever live this Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Paris time, 2:30 p.m. East Coast US time. So it'd be great to just interact with whoever shows up. When I get the kids in bed, I'll hop on here and say hi. We'll start with alchemy because it's the beginning of science and it's very close to my heart. So of course in alchemy you have the 4 elements: earth, water, air, and fire. You also have the 3 states of matter that they interact with: salt, mercury, and sulfur. And it was very early in alchemy's history that they realized this was a spiritual practice, especially in Chinese alchemy. But even in the West, by the 14th or 15th century, they were realizing that the prime material you're supposed to be working on is actually yourself. After all this looking at flowers and metals and dung and whatever, the prime material you're supposed to be doing the operations on is you. And that's where it's headed. You use this system to work on yourself, make yourself better until you start to develop powers, and you look at that piece of lead and you say gold. And that's what happens, just as Jesus said about the faith of a mustard seed. And so in this system then, the salt would be the body, the mercury would be the mind, and sulfur would be the soul. And you can see that each of the elements interacts with them. So earth is thinking and water is sensation. So the thinking and sensation interact with the body. Then air is feeling and fire is intuition. And you start to get a sense of how you can use this to work on yourself internally and move these different pieces around. By the way, I'll put a picture of this on Instagram as well as this next one from the Tree of Life. But today we'll skip the chakras and the 7 magical works of medieval occultism and the Kybalion, which a bunch of you mentioned, just in the interest of time. So for the 7 on the Tree of Life itself, it's a net sack and it's down here. And if you think of the Tree of Life as a body, which is a common way of doing it, you have the head and the arms and shoulders up here. Here is your center, and then down here would be the leg. So this would be the left leg. And this is a very sweet one. This is Venus, or love. In Ifa, that would be Oshun, the flowing water, the honey that makes everything in life worth living. So water, emotions, points bliss, Ananda, which is a Sanskrit word for bliss, which gives the name to anandamide, which is my favorite neurotransmitter, the first endocannabinoid neurotransmitter I've discovered. 2 spirits associated with this would be the mermaid who goes to the depths, the corn mother who grinds everything up. And the last thing to say is, if you've watched this far, do you know that only 7% of people tend to watch the end of a video? So you're in that 7%. So congratulations, and you should comment 7 on this, or leave a list of your 7 favorite things, like, or the 7 deadly sins somebody here pointed out to me, or even cooler, someone told me that the number 7 is associated with Athena, and now she's up here. So thanks for that one.